Today on Judge Porter.
That gown cost me $75,000.
$75,000.
Yes, sir.
How did you end up in this gown then? Because this is you wearing it. How did you end up wearing it?
I swear, Judge, she probably slipped something into my drink because I never would have agreed to wear that crap out at the gala.
Are you saying that she put something in your drink?
Absolutely.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Porter presiding. Court is now in session.
Good morning, everyone. Please be seated. Okay, we're here for case number 2050, Elizabeth Von Bonnen versus Paula Rose. Ladies, please step to the podium. You guys can hear me clearly?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Ms. Von Bonnen, it shows here that you're the plaintiff and that you're asking for, you're asking for $1 million in damages for the cost of a custom couture gown plus pain and suffering. Okay. You mind telling us what happened?
Sure. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, ma'am.
I attend the Mango Park Yacht Club annual gala every year. It's a big event here in Mango Park. Yes, it is.
It's a wonderful event.
I know, I've seen you there. And I always want to look my best. It is a big event for me, for my family, and for the city of Mango Park. I got a referral to have a dress made with Miss Rose here. Friends had used her before. I did walk by her shop. I liked what I saw. And we had a phone call, and I contracted her to custom make a couture gown for me for the event.
Okay. How much did that gown cost?
That gown cost me $75,000.
$75,000?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's a far reach from $1 million.
Understood.
How did you get to $1 million worth of, I'm assuming that $1 million is included with the pain and suffering?
Yeah, I really, at this point, and we can go through the details, obviously we will, but I really see Miss Rose as somebody who is just using my status in this community to just further her business. I'm here today to say I don't think she listened to me. We didn't come to the same agreement on what I would be walking out the door in. And
when you say you didn't come to the same agreement, are you referring to the gown itself?
I am.
Okay, was there an issue with the gown?
Absolutely. I have some sketches here, which is all I have.
Okay, I have some pictures that you submitted earlier.
Yes.
And I see you here in the pictures. What I'm looking at is not what you agreed to wear?
Absolutely not what I agreed to wear at all. I am a woman who's been around the block. I'm a very clear communicator, and I really thought we were on the same page. I could not have been more clear as to what I wanted my vision for this dress to be.
So this dress that I'm looking at that you're wearing, this dress was provided to you by the defendant, but it's not the dress that you agreed to?
That is correct. I did not agree to this.
How did you end up in this gown then? Because this is you wearing it. How did you end up wearing it?
I understand that. And I have some initial sketches here of what we did agree on, which was fine. I did a fitting based on those sketches.
Okay.
And I don't know how it got to that point, the liberty she took once I went into hair and makeup. I swear, Judge, she probably slipped something into my drink because I never would have agreed to wear that crap out at the gala.
Are you saying that she put something in your drink?
Absolutely she did. There's no way I would agree to that. I agreed to something that was just hideous. Hideous. Look at that.
How much did you charge for this dress?
$75,000.
Is that like a normal price for you, or was this just something like it was just super custom? Or
Judge Porter, in the fashion industry for a custom couture gown. $75,000 is actually quite reasonable. If you've ever seen the Oscars, if you've ever seen the Grammys, most of the actresses and artists that attend those award shows are wearing couture gowns that you see on the runways in Paris, in Milan, in New York. And those gowns can actually cost up to almost $500,000 between the custom fabric, the embellishments, the time it takes, the labor making all of these gowns.
I'm just curious, now that you brought that up, have you ever made a gown that was to be worn on the runway for the Grammys, the Oscars, or any of those type of shows, the Met? Have you ever designed any dresses of that nature?
That is my goal.
Okay, that's your
Yes.
goal.
Yes.
Okay, so this was the first time you made a dress for $75,000?
This is not my first time making a dress for $75,000, but this was my first time making a dress for someone who is quite well known in a city such as Mango Park.
You said you have sketches?
I have.
Can you give it to my bailiff?
Sure.
Jeff, can I see that, please? Thank you, sir. These sketches don't look anything like the dress. Like, it's not even the same. It's nothing. It's like night and day.
Yeah, the changes were made very last minute, the day of the event, and I just did not have time to address them. My driver came. I was in hair and makeup while the changes were made, and I had to get out the door.
Did you make these changes?
We discussed some fabric swatches and colors. I went into hair and makeup, and when I came out, they zipped me into the dress, and my driver was there, and I ran out the door. That's how time sensitive it was that I get to my driver and get to the event on time.
Okay, Miss Rose, can you give us your side of the story, please?
Absolutely. About 4 months ago, Ms. Von Bonnen graciously called me at my studio, praised my gowns and my other pieces that are in the window at my shop down in downtown Mango Park, which I'm very proud to have that here in this beautiful city. And we had discussed the yacht gala, and I was extremely honored and very excited to be not only creating a custom gown for this event, but to also be working with Ms. Von Bonnen, who is very well known in this community. She's very active in this community. She's a great supporter of other small businesses, as you know. I invited her to come down to my studio. Our very first meeting was quite comprehensive. We discussed certain body styles that she was interested in. She also had brought pictures of other gowns that she had seen at perhaps other award shows and stuff for inspiration. And I, with my team, came up with some sketches. She selected the one that resonated with her the most.
Okay.
We had discussed certain fabric swatches, certain colors, and for
now
our...
the recommendations of the fabrics and those things, that's for the sketch.
Correct, for the sketch, which,
Okay.
as you know, sketches can change and metamorphosize over time, you know,
Okay.
as you know. And for our very, very final fitting, okay, so not the day of the gala, but the very final fitting before the gala, which I think that was about 2 weeks before the gala, we tried on the gown. She had only compliments for the gown. I thought she looked absolutely stunning. And then I had shown her some wonderful, beautiful, brand new fabric swatches that I had received straight from the runways from Paris and Milan.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Within that window, prior to the last fitting and the gala, did you make any changes?
I had added fabric that was approved by Ms. Von Bonnen at our very final fitting.
Okay.
Yes.
So you made changes to the gown, and I'm assuming that that day for the gala is when she first saw the final changes that you made.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. $75,000, is that how much she paid for this dress?
Yes, that is approximately, actually a reasonably good price for a custom couture gown of this quality.
Wow, I have to make sure that my wife doesn't get one of those. Good grief, $75,000.
Well, if she comes to the shop, I'll make sure to
Oh
she's
no,
taken
she's
care
not coming
of.
to that shop, not for $75,000. I'm not doing that. Okay. So that you mocked her on social media about what she was wearing?
I was not mocking the gown. I would never mock my own creation. I'm quite proud of my creation. But I had heard through other people at the gala that she was berating me and defaming my character at this gala, complaining about the dress that she was wearing, complaining about me.
Okay, Ms. Van Bonnen, I'm assuming that you felt that you were being mocked. Or you wouldn't have sent me these screenshots.
I felt I was being humiliated, and I don't understand. Something's just not quite right here. I don't know if she just saw me as a vehicle to jumpstart her business to a new level. I don't know what her motivation was, but clearly in those things, she's mocking me. She's humiliating me. And I don't appreciate that.
Did you go on the social media and say anything about her business?
I did, and I'm going to come clean, and I'm sorry I did that. I should have focused on her and not the dress, although after she mocked me, I have to say I was just so disappointed.
Ms. Van Bonnen, I understand. I understand that you felt disappointed, and
yeah,
you probably
I've never had anything like this happen to me before. I'm very careful about how I proceed in my business. I know what I want, and I get it done. That's what I do in this town. I get things done.
But ma'am, I need you to understand this. I understand that, but ma'am, and I'm understanding that there were some changes as time was going on, but it also appears to me that within that 2-week window from the final fitting to the day of the gala, you were not aware of the final changes that she made. And it appears like...
Not only that, I felt it was rushed. I felt it was sloppy.
Ma'am, let me finish.
Yes, sir.
It appears like you showed up the day of, you said, here's your gown. You didn't have time to say, what is this? I'm not wearing this, because you had to get to this event.
I did.
Okay, you didn't have time for a substitute. Ma'am, in the future, and I understand the final fitting, but apparently it was not final. There was a 2-week window where you still added more stuff. So in the future, if you're going to add stuff, get in contact with your client and say, look, I think that this is a good idea. Show pictures, have them come by, do all of that. Because the day of and giving somebody the product, that's kind of inexcusable.
I understand that, Your Honor.
It's inexcusable.
And she did approve the fabrics, and she did approve the colors.
I understand that, but the problem is...
And the day of the gala was quite rushed.
The problem is the day of is when she saw the final product. That didn't give her time to judge and say, yes, I like it, no, I don't like it.
But she did have time to say. She never said she did not like the gown in my
shop. But ma'am, that's because it was the day of. She didn't have a choice. She had to leave on that day. It's not like she could have went and got another gown. So on that note, I've heard from both of you young ladies. I don't know how you came up with $1 million. I don't know that. But what I also don't understand is how you ended up in a dress that you didn't like. This court can't say if she drugged you or not that caused you to end up in that dress. It sounds to me like you said, okay, look, I got to make the event. I'll put this thing on. I'll go.
I gotta go.
And I'll deal with this later. Okay. And I understand that you were upset because you felt that you were being humiliated.
Yes.
And I do see the screenshots where it says that, where to me it looks like she did mock you. And I do understand that. But Ms. Van Bonnen, understand this. That does not give you the right to go onto social media and do a tit for tat. This young lady has a business, okay? I'm pretty sure from the financials I'm looking at, her business does not equate to the wealth that you have, okay? So that doesn't give you the right to go on social media to try to tear her down, to interfere with her business. That's wrong. You're better than that, okay? The Van Bonnens have a very good name in this town. You're better than that, ma'am. So with that being said, Ms. Rose, I am not going to grant you the $100,000 settlement that you filed against Ms. Van Bonnen, okay? Equally, Ms. Van Bonnen, I am not going to issue the $1 million that you're asking for. I think the $1 million is just, that's an extravagant amount that you're asking for. $1 million, I'm pretty sure, would crush this young lady's operation. Would I be correct in saying that? You don't have a business where you have like 50 plus employees?
I have
like
3 assistants and me. That's it.
A small business.
Correct.
$1 million would crush her.
I understand.
But what I will grant you $75,000 for the dress.
Thank you.
And I will grant you the $25,000 for the pain and suffering that you said that you incurred as a result.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies? This case, court is dismissed.